Good evening, everyone. This is Nicole Robinson again, coming to you with another episode of Meet the Mustangs. Tonight, I have the pleasure of talking to Mr. Elijah Brown, number 28 of the Connecticut Mustangs. So, Mr. Brown, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you're welcome. So let me ask you before we really get into like anything about football. Let me ask you, how are you handling yourself during this crazy time that we're going through? It's been affecting people in many different ways. Some people are not as affected as others, but how has it affected you and your family?
Honestly, we take day by day. We're blessed to be healthy. Honestly, we take this time to really develop ourselves. I know it's a crisis going on out there, and people are definitely spooked out about what's going on. But we're just trying to make the best of our situation and bring more light into it, and just stay more on the positive side. And just try to help as many people as we can in the process.
Oh, I hear you. That's pretty good. Like you say, gotta help people and gotta stay positive. I know, like, it's really hard for some people to stay positive right now, but we can't really get down in this time. But I commend you for helping those in need because not a lot of people are doing that right now, but a lot of people do need,
Exactly.
yeah, a lot of people do need that help. So, that's a great thing. So, why don't you start with just by telling me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you grew up, how the things that you like to do when you were a child, things like that.
Well, to start off, I'm from Albany, New York. I was born and I was pretty much raised in Connecticut, Norwich area. My high school's my high school freshman year, I moved to Montville, and I finished out my high school, season football school there. And I just been here ever since. Just trying to grow my craft. Develop myself, become a better man, father, husband. Um, let's see. As a kid, I love to play football. I've been playing football my entire life. Football was like it is really it was therapeutic for me. I have anger issues and other mental problems, and playing sports and football especially was definitely something that saved my life because we all need something to get us out of that struggle, that darkness, and football was definitely it. And I had my father who was actually a coach, my coach, riding me every step of the way to help me become a better man and a player. So
Well, that's good. That's good. A couple of other guys that I interviewed, they say the same thing. Like they use football as an outlet. And like you said, you have the anger issues, and I mean, football is a very physically contact sport. So
yes,
that's just
yes.
one of those ways to get that anger out. It's better to hit somebody with the
Oh yeah.
pads on than to hit somebody without the pads on. So that's good. And you said you started at a young age, but what what age would you say you pretty much like fell in love with football and you knew this is something that you wanted to pursue like as an adult?
I want to say when I was nine. Um, when I was 9 years old, my cousins used to come over all the time, and we used to play, backyard football. Everybody knows about that. And my cousins were actually older than me, so they played football. They were experienced, and just watching them and how they perfected their craft and what they turned themselves into, it just inspired me to want to just give football my everything because you see a lot of people making it out, where they're from, the struggle when it comes to football or any sport at that matter. Um, and that's where I'm at with that.
Now, do your cousins play in the semi-pro league with you now, or just
I have a cousin. I have a couple cousins that play out in upstate New York.
okay?
As far as out here, I have a cousin that plays for a couple, New London, a team in New London, and I have a couple friends that play for a couple other different semi-pro, organizations.
Oh, okay, cool. So, if you did you play, you mentioned that you played in high school, but did you play in college, or if you went to college?
Honestly, talking about it, it kind of pisses me off. But no, unfortunately, I didn't. I was one of the ones that you know um, gave up my opportunity pretty much because I was distracted. Being young, you fall into all this other stuff out there instead of focusing on what you're supposed to focus on, and that's why I'm where I'm at right now. But I'm definitely grateful either way because you live and you learn. So
Yeah, that is very true. But I will have to disagree with you a little bit and say you didn't miss that opportunity because it's never too late to go to college if that's something that you want to do. I know a lot of successful people that haven't gone to college, so it's not like you need to go. But
that's a fact.
there are some people who still want to go to college just to experience certain classes. So it's never too late. I do know some people who gotten their degree at like age 60. So
always possible. I definitely know that.
exactly.
It happens every day.
So besides basically for the love of playing football, what would you like to get out of playing with the Mustangs?
Honestly, I'm looking for a family. I'm looking for an organization that just inspires each other. We all push each other to become better, even off the field. I'm looking for an organization that I can really stick to. Like I said, a family. I know we all look for families in life, and it doesn't have to just mean your blood. And when I seen the Mustangs, I was like, they look like the type of organization that carried those traits that I wanted, and that's why I'm right here. I mean, I don't know nobody on the team, but I'm definitely excited and stoked to get to know everybody, and definitely see where we can go with this.
Well, I will tell you, I'm guilty of not knowing anything really about the Connecticut Mustangs. Until my brother was the owner, I didn't really know about the team. But through the interviews, I am able to get to know some of the guys, and I will say a lot of them are saying the same thing that you're saying. So even though this is when you say you're new to the team, I'm assuming this is going to be your first season with them, correct?
Yes.
So a lot of the guys are saying the same thing as you, that one of the things they really like about the team is the brotherhood, the family, the connection, the networking. So if that's your attitude right now, you're gonna definitely fit right in with all the guys because the ones I've talked to, they seem like they're really nice. They're all about the same common goal, like the family, the brotherhood, and getting that championship ring. So
hey, that's what I'm talking about.
so you definitely will fit right in. So I'm not sure how it works, but do you know what position you're gonna play for them, or do you have to try out for a certain position?
I'm pretty sure it's for a new person as myself coming in, it's definitely a tryout. But I know the position that I'm interested in playing, defense and offense. I want to play free safety on defense and running back on offense.
Okay, now what exactly is free safety? I know what the running back is, but what is free safety?
Free safeties, we're on an island. We're pretty much the guys that scope out the whole field. We're pretty much the guys that don't let the opposing team team member pass us or anything like that. We pick up the slack if one of our our CBs get burnt or whatever. We're always there to provide that extra cushion. And it's the position is amazing because I mean it's one of those positions where you get to really lay a nice hit on somebody, and I know I'm all about that. So
well, I will say you don't really look that big. So about how much would you say you weighed, and like how tall are you?
As of right now, because of this whole quarantine thing, I lost 20 pounds. So yeah, I'm not in my my prime weight, but right now I only weigh 185. But I'm back on my diet and my workout regimen, and I'll be back 20 pounds up. So when I get back on that field, best believe it's not gonna be the same guy you're looking at.
Listen, I mean, my brother has already said to me I might have to come down to some of the games, so I'm gonna be looking out for number 28, and I'm gonna say, "Oh,
ma'am, oh wow,
right there."
we gonna represent.
Exactly. So, you mentioned being your first year and everything, but how long actually have you been playing in a semi-pro league?
Honestly, I gave it a shot last year for a different team.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work out. I got 5 kids, so scheduling is very hard for me. I got 5 kids, a wife. We both work, and it's just very hard. So I couldn't follow through. I didn't end up playing, but this year, I'm blessed to say that I can actually have the time aside, stably to put my passion, forward. And I'm just definitely excited to be back. I'll tell you that. But it's been I want to say 4 years, honestly, since I've actually padded up and played, football, organized football, excuse me. I mean, we do flag football leagues every weekend, we try to do them twice a week sometimes, but, to make sure all of us are staying in shape and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been 4 years since I've officially played.
Wow. So when you get back on that field, I'm sure you're going to love it.
I'm not even on the field yet, and honestly, I'm already I'm infatuated. I can't wait, and it's going to be a lot of excitement this season for the Mustangs with the addition of myself, and I'm sure, and I know there's a bunch of other talent on the team, so we're gonna have a lot to offer, no matter what we do.
That's good. So you mentioned the 5 kids and the wife, and with your busy schedule and your family and your work, how many more years do you feel like you have left in you to give the Mustangs?
Man, listen. If this is the right choice that I made, which I think it is, I got years. I'm 28 years old. I'm young. I'm a young blood. They consider us, I guess. And I'll take that. But I'm a very wise, old soul man. So at the same time, I have plenty of healthy years to give to the Mustangs if I see I fit perfect into the program.
That's definitely the right type of attitude to have, especially, with your kids getting older too. They can come out on that field and practice with you, and
Absolutely.
it's easier for you to maintain your schedule and their schedule with your wife. So that's a positive outlook to have. And trust me, most of the guys are saying the same thing. They're listening to their bodies, they're listening to their families. They just want to play, and it's because they love playing. So as long as you love something and your body, is willing to go out on that field and fight, you probably can do that till you're 50.
Yeah, shoot. Who knows? They might have to draft me in the NFL. Mustangs, I don't know. We gonna see, I guess.
Listen, you never know. This interview, they might see it. Somebody might start paying attention to the Mustangs. They see number 28, and they say, "Hey, we need Mr. Elijah Brown on our team." You never know where you could go from here.
I'm right here.
So let me ask you, with your family and everything. I know, like, it's really hard when you have kids to do hobbies outside of your kids, because kids are so demanding. But do you have any other hobbies besides just playing football, or being a dad, or being a husband? Honestly, because those things take up time too. But what else is it that you do with your time besides those things?
I mean, I have a wide list, a great list actually, but just to name a few, I box. That's another outlet I use for my anger. I love the outdoors, so we're always out hiking, sightseeing and enjoying the nature, teaching our kids about what it's like to, really be a part of this world. Because, I look around and I see how everybody else is doing, what they're doing, and it's like we got to do something different. So, but I mean, we do a lot. We try to do as much as we can to, bring fun, enjoyment, and happiness, to our household, our kids, and that's what we try to do every day.
Oh, I hear that. I definitely hear that. And so, just one of my last few questions for you. Where do you see yourself next after you say, "All right, football is done"? Your family's basically always going to be there, so that's always going to be a part of your life. But after the football happens, where do you see yourself next?
Honestly, I see myself as a future multimillionaire, someone who impacts the world and inspires people to really want to reach out there and strive for the best out of life. Because honestly, we all deserve the beauty out of life. I know we all see each other struggle, and you know, without struggle, there's no joy. I mean, and it don't feel good. And I just want to be that kind of person where I can really uplift somebody's life and really push them to make nothing out of something. Because even if you don't have nothing, you could turn that into, you know, whatever you want. You dream it, you know. And that's who I want to be. I want to be somebody who inspires and impacts people's lives one way or another.
I hear that. Yeah, speak it into existence, and definitely it sure happens. So my last question for you tonight is, what would you like to add to this interview for anybody watching to know about Elijah Brown?
Um, I really don't have any words for that. All I can really say is you'll see it. You know, I'm one of those guys where, you know, I used to talk a lot, and I seen where that got me, and now I'm one of those men who don't talk, and I like to show people who I am, what I'm about, and that's what you're gonna see.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're going to see all that and more when they watch this interview and when they check you out on the field. And thank you for taking your time out of your day to sit down and talk with me. You guys heard it. Concludes another episode of Meet the Mustangs with Mr. Elijah Brown, number 28 of the Connecticut Mustangs.